Hello everyone, it's Olivia here, aka Story Minded, and I'm back with a book recommendation video. This is the storied life of Fikry, or Fikry, I don't know how you pronounce his surname, Fikry. And I'm just going to sort of say a little bit about what it's about, but I don't really want to spoil the book. It's a contemporary, what I would call a contemporary novel, so it's in the sort of contemporary genre. There's no magic realism or anything like that. It's fully contemporary. It's about a man who owns a bookstore called I don't know why I was thinking of the word little, but Island Books. And in the beginning of the story, he's lost his wife, and this lady called Amelia comes along from Nightly Press to try and sell him sort of that year's new books. He's like taken over from the previous man, who I think his name was Harvey, who sort of like mentioned a bit, and AJ sort of knew Harvey. And apart from that, he's sort of like, he's really grumpy, he's really isolated and withdrawn, and a lot of people on the island are sort of quite wary of him. They tend to keep their distance from AJ because he's quite hostile to others for obvious reasons, because he's dealing with his grief of losing his wife in a car crash. But anyway, things happen and he ends up raising a baby, a toddler, a 2-year-old girl called Maya, who winds up at his bookstore, and his life is completely changed forever by this event. And it's lovely because it's one of those stories where you see like a span of time. So it's like a traditional novel in that sense, that you start at the beginning and then you see these characters grow and they get older and everything like that. But another thing I really enjoyed about this book is that there's a lot of references to lots of different books, and a lot of them that I've read, or there's been authors mentioned in this book that I know, like Edgar Allan Poe and stuff, so it was really relatable. Like, I love books that do that sort of thing, like either intertextuality or cultural references. That's something I really enjoy because it makes the book more relatable. I thought the tone and pacing was really good throughout. And it took me a little while to settle into the present tense, and for a little while I wasn't sure if it worked or not for this story, but in the end I think the present tense did work for this story, because the whole book is in present tense. And it was really, I read it so fast. I flew through this book, and it was just one of those really sort of feel good, wonderful novels. And I won't spoil what the sort of overall message is about, but I really approve the message of this book that sort of comes about at the end, so I really recommend it. And the one I'm reading at the moment currently that I started last night is I've gone back to a non-fiction book, a little non-fiction book called 12 Babies on a Bike, and that's a book my friend got me for my birthday this year. Was it last year? I think it was this year. And that's sort of set in the 1950s, and it's very similar obviously to if any of you have ever seen BBC's Call the Midwife series, it's like that but real life. And it's written by a lady called Dorothy, and she was a midwife during the 1950s. She was 22, and I think it starts in 1959 or something like that, but it's lovely. I've read the sort of first chapter of it, and it's sort of, she has to deliver 12 babies in order to become a fully qualified midwife. So she's done all her training, she's done all her exams, but now she has to go it alone and deliver 12 babies by herself. So it's really lovely read, so I'm really enjoying that one at the moment. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye.